Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys potentially trading for Joe Milton, the third quarterback from the New England Patriots, who was a sixth-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft from the Patriots from Tennessee. Joe Milton was a guy who, looked pretty solid for the Patriots in the preseason last year, and was even able to play in the final regular season game against the Bills. They decided to let Drake May sit that game, and Joe Milton came in and actually looked really good. In the preseason, there was a lot of buzz about the way he played with some of the runs he had, and outside of preseason training camp, the arm strength he had, and his efficiency wasn't amazing in preseason, 11 for 30 in the preseason, but was able to throw for 154 passing yards and a passing touchdown. And the main thing was against the Panthers in the first preseason game, was able to throw a deep touchdown pass. And a lot of people were excited about the way he looked. And then he plays the final game of the regular season. There's 22 for 29, 76%, 241 passing yards, one passing touchdown, interception. So if you look at it, threw 30 passes in the preseason, 29 passes in the regular season, and has not thrown a pick. Did not have any turnovers. I don't know how many times he was sacked in the preseason, but he wasn't sacked at all in his one game against the Bills. So, and I know the Bills were resting their starters, but we're still talking about a sixth-round pick quarterback here that was a QB3 for this New England Patriots team. It's still impressive regardless if he's playing against second and third string guys, because that's what he is. It'd be different if we'd be talking about a number one guy doing that against two or three stringers. But I think for him to do what he did in the final game is impressive no matter who he plays against, because that's his skill level. Or at least maybe that's what his skill level was at the time. But there are teams that are looking at trading for him, and the Dallas Cowboys are one of those teams. And you need a backup quarterback. Cooper Rush signed with Baltimore. Trey Lance is a free agent. Doesn't look like he's going to return. Doesn't look like Dallas wants him to return. And so you need a new backup quarterback for Dak Prescott. Especially with the injuries he had last season, the injuries he had in the 2020 season. You need a good backup quarterback, and I think Joe Milton could be a good backup quarterback for this, Cowboys team. And if you ever really decide to, say, we're done with Dak, this is enough, maybe Joe Milton can be the quarterback. I don't know if I'd say the quarterback of the future for this Dallas Cowboys team, but let's just say 5 weeks through the season, Dak is not satisfying the Dallas Cowboys, and you have Joe Milton as the backup. Maybe you give him a shot. I don't know. Look, honestly, I don't think Dak's gonna have a great season next year, but I don't think he's gonna be so bad to the point where they would look to potentially bench him for Joe Milton. I could be wrong, though. Do I think Dak's going to have this amazing year? No. Could he have a very much bounce-back season compared to what he did last year? Of course. But I see him having a mediocre year, but I don't see him being bad enough to be benched, is my point. But I think this would still be a really good backup quarterback option for this Dallas Cowboys team. And, yeah, I think it would be interesting to see and what kind of value he has as well. What kind of value can the Patriots get for a guy they selected in the sixth round? That is interesting to me. I definitely think they can get more than what they drafted him at. I think they can get more than a sixth-round pick. I wouldn't be surprised if they can get a fifth or fourth-round pick for him. There were some talks about them, potentially getting a day two draft pick, like a third rounder or something like that, or a fourth rounder, which is not a day two draft pick, but getting a third or fourth rounder would have been incredible for Joe Milton. But honestly, I think you can probably get a fifth or fourth rounder possibly, and that sounds really good. Speaking of a guy that was QB3 going into last season and was a sixth round pick, 193rd overall. But let me know your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys potentially trading for Joe Milton in the comment section, and peace out.